one of the issues with using a term like being in the present moment is that people feel, oh, I know what that term means because I live in the present moment. I read The Power of Now, so I know how to do present moment. I do it all the time. Yeah, I'm aware that I'm sitting in the car and that I'm driving, and I know where I'm going. I know where I come from. So I know how to do present moment. And the problem with that is that we miss the finer nuances of it, and we kind of stop doing the practice because we've heard it so many times and we use the terms for doing the practice. So we actually in a way stop doing present moment awareness. So I constantly have to work with people when I try to tell them, okay, you have to be aware of your senses, what you're experiencing right now, and they'll say, oh, I do present moment awareness, so that's okay, I got that. No, you probably don't got that, because if you fully would have it, then you would be in a non-centric or a non-dual experience, which you very likely are not, or you would tell me so. So to get the difference, we have to figure out words that can describe something that we think we understand and that we know of, but we don't actually fully understand, like deeply understand. And so I always try to figure out new words that I can use, but at the same time, I don't want to confuse people with new vocabularies. But one of the ways that we could describe present moment is to talk about present moment sense awareness, because that's ultimately what it's all about. It's about being aware of your senses in the present moment. So we don't really care if I'm sitting in my car, where I'm going, where I'm coming from. What we're interested in is the feeling of, what does it feel like to feel the vibration of the steering wheel? What does it feel like to feel the sun on my skin? What does it feel like to feel that, oh, I'm a little bit sweaty and I just cleaned this morning because I'm going to work? What does it feel like to feel like a little bit stickiness in the eyes? My allergies, I have a slight cold. What does all of that feel like? The senses, like that's the thing that we're aiming for. Just what the senses are showing us. We don't care about the story behind it. We're just caring about our sense experience right now. And when you do that, another important aspect of present moment sense awareness is to do what I call collapsing time. So we tend to feel like I'm sitting here and I have a feeling of I'm driving over there. I can kind of feel there. What that does is it limits us from actually experiencing here and makes me feel that I'm spread out. I'm not really just here. I'm here and part of me is over there. So I'm spreading out the sense of me. And what that does is it actually creates the sense of me because I'm spreading it out. And so that's part of the thing, that the kind of part of the process that creates a sense of self. So when you're sitting and, for instance, like now when I'm driving, I focus on just collapsing time. So I'm looking for that feeling within that feels, oh, I'm pulling myself over there. I'm not fully here. I have a sense of going over there. And what the self would do then is like, well, I need to know that. It's important. I have to know that I'm going in there. If I wouldn't feel that, then I would just stop the car. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You actually know how to get over there without stretching yourself thin and feeling like you're going over there. And a big part of that is trust, like trusting and understanding that you don't need to cause this friction inside of you, this discomfort all the time to make yourself feel something so that you pull yourself over there instead of just being aware of what's happening right here. So present moment sense awareness is different from just saying present moment. In a way it's the same, but I'm just trying to make up a word that makes you stop and say, hey, you know what? Even though I know the term present moment, I don't actually know fully what that means, and I'm not fully practicing it. Because if you were fully practicing it right now, you would be in a non-centric or a non-dual experience. And if you are, I mean, good for you. That's amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's awesome. One of the reasons that we have this problem is that we read books and we believe that when we read books, we understand things. And I think spiritual books is one of the opium of the spiritual person. They love having all this new information and getting knowledge which is so unimportant. It doesn't really matter. The main thing that matters is experience and actually practicing. So if you want to know of one of the many pitfalls that we can fall into and how actually reading spiritual books can hinder your practice, this book, not this book, this video right here, it's a great video to watch because it will show you more about that and how to make sure that you don't fall into that trap.